Two, 1, 2. Put 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I'm already experiencing technical difficulties. They don't want your boy to talk. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me, man. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. What's going on? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear the boy. Yeah. Yeah. It's the Heaven Hollywood experience. Let's get it, y'all. Okay. All right. So I'm going to assume my music was not on, correct? Ah, I see what happened. I'm going to edit that part out when it comes down to it. Can y'all hear me? Thank you. I was over here grooving. Okay. No problemo. It's the Heaven Hollywood experience. Let's go.
I can see something. Look, one way or another, we gon' get our family up about the gutter. Brother, you was out of pocket, no, I didn't stutter. I drop it back in the trap when investing in the streets, your treasures recover. In this world, you could only rep 1 or 2 things that come to the butter. Whoa, you only rep 1 or 2 things is the guns and the butter. Whoa, you only rep 1 or 2 things is the guns and the butter. I drop it back in the trap when investing in the streets, your treasures recover. In this world, you could only rep 1 or 2 things that come to the butter. Sleeping patterns kinda complicated, ain't no time for wasting, we some entrepreneurs. I feeling like Scarface on top of the balcony, the word is yours. Took some losses, I was down bad. Napoleon complex, I'm mad. About to put the game up in the clad bag. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Chicken dinners or you roll with the winners. Taking over for the summer. I double back for the winner. I be with the scammers and spinners, innovators in the middleman. All my riders got a dental plan. None of my shooters got Instagrams. Bang bang. Got some rich headed out of bounds. Had to hop in the renty to ride around. About to switch up the whips cause they stalking now. Whispering body dropping on my side of town. Flick of finesse, known to stay up out the mess. Business is business, never personal. We can polish the best. I got a plug and they made me a plug on my move.
Heaven Hollywood Experience coming to you live. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. Welcome to another show. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. I'm straight on coffee and espresso. No sleep last night whatsoever. Got another network that I just opened up. So I was working on that all night. Then, of course, we got to do the No BS channel. I put some content on there. I haven't put content over there in about 2.5 damn weeks. And, of course, you know, the bread and butter is the IE network. So got to always have something on that. And then, of course, I'm a dadager, not a momager, but I'm a dad manager, and I have to manage my daughter's channel. So your boy ain't getting much sleep, but we here. Let's talk about it, man. Get right into it. Shout out to my boy Lo for the theme song. They just harassing me on Twitter, but it's all good. The Breakfast Club, as we all know, they kind of started this whole thing with the Keisha Ka'ior and well, supposed to be the Gucci Mane interview. Make sure I can share my screen. It was supposed to be the Gucci Mane interview, but now it's turned into the Keisha Ka'ior interview. that's what the whole thing's turned into now. Keisha Ka'ior interview. So Keisha Ka'ior, as we all know, is Gucci Mane's wife. And this has now turned into a whole nother thing. Nicki Minaj pretty much accusing Keisha Ka'ior of not being there for Gucci's best interest, but someone who's there who Nicki Minaj says she has pretty much has them doped up. And now I think she's even accusing her of some sort of witchcraft, love spell. That's the new accusation. Nicki was live last night on her Queen radio. I think she held it on Twitter Spaces. And this just backs up what I was saying the other day. If Nicki Minaj committed full time to Queen Radio, it would be the hottest podcast on, and be easy. Now I know she doesn't want to go to Spotify, or maybe they're not cutting her deal. It didn't work out on Apple or whatever that station was. But just the buzz just generated from the announcement that she's going to do Queen Radio. If Nicki Minaj committed to Queen Radio as her post-music sort of fallback, I'm telling you, it'd be the hottest podcast on. It would beat Joe Budden. It would beat what they call two main a game or whatever Gilly and Wallow is, because she can talk. If she ever started getting into industry stories, oh my God. And then she could play her own music. She could play unreleased music. I'm telling you. The opportunities would be endless if she ever decided to do that. That's what I'm saying, Darius. That's what I'm saying. But I've been saying this ever since I sent them my idea for the Nicki Minaj variety show. Ever since the Nicki Minaj variety show. I sent that idea to them. And then when the old man got in there, was managing her, the dudes that were managing her before that, they were like, hey, we'll pass the idea on to the manager and see what's up. But that manager and Nicki fell out pretty quickly. So I don't know if my thing will ever come up, because I informed them that I had trademarked I had patterned my idea. So at one point, people were saying, oh, he's going to give it to Sweetie. I wish he would. I called him up immediately and was like, I hear that you have some sort of variety show idea percolate for Sweetie. Don't even try it, brother. Don't even try it. And then after that, I ain't hear no more about it. But they damn sure was going to give my idea that I sent for Nicki Minaj to the, years ago. You're talking 5-6 years ago that I sent her this idea. And then she changed managers. The manager was forwarded to the guy, what's the old guy's name? Irving or whatever his name is. And then he started managing Sweetie, and he tried to give the idea to Sweetie. No, sir. No, sir. So the variety show is basically, Mo, if you go Google the Tracy Ullman show, go Google that. To me, I was trying to make her this generation Tracy Ullman, where she would be conducting the interviews on the show. She could have rappers, actors, whoever, and then in between the show, there's skits where she would be playing different characters in the skits, like Tracy Ullman. And then at the end, she can have at the end of the show, whatever guest star was on that day, whatever artist they'd have would perform. And then she would come back and say goodnight. She would kill it. She would absolutely kill it. It'd be the #1 TV show on, without a doubt. Now, gonna be visual next year. Okay, so we're heading in the right direction. All right. Before we get to that, we have to tackle this. We're gonna get to Nicki Minaj in a minute. We have to tackle this Cardi B, Armon Wiggins thing, and I sure hope Cardi B still has my DM. Right? I still got it. I sure hope she still got my DM when she responded to me and said, don't worry about it. I got it. All right? I told her ass years ago that this Armon Wiggins thing was not going to work out. I told her he was a fraud. I told her he was an opportunist. I told her that years ago. But as usual, and Darius will contest too, no one ever wants to listen to the boy, right? Now she's saying, oh, I let you talk, but that was referring to our conversation. Oh, you know, I let you play in my face for a long time. Well, why did you? Why did you let him play in his face for a long time? I told you that Armon Wiggins is going to go where the attention is. Nicki Minaj pays him a little attention. He's back on Nicki's side. When Nicki Minaj stops paying him attention, now she's with Tasha K, who he don't really get along with. And you see he was even trying to get along with Tasha K for the sake that, you know, he's trying to get close to Nicki. But Tasha K don't really like him. He don't really like Tasha K. Nicki Minaj tolerates him. She, you know, uses him for whenever she can. She don't really like him. She's always clowning him. So then he lost the Cardi B connection. So Armon Wiggins is pretty much, he might as well go back to tarot cards. Because he's not going to really have any allies. Now, if Cardi B, and I don't know whether she did, I have not spoken to Cardi B, right? I have not spoken with Cardi B in DM, voice, chat, in long time, probably close to 2 years. But if Cardi B called up his place where he was employed at, I don't know whether he's employed by Angela Yee or whether he just comes on just for the publicity. I seriously doubt, shout out to Angela, I seriously doubt Angela Yee is paying him. But hey, maybe she is, right? Maybe she is paying him. But if she is paying him, and if Cardi B called up Angela Yee and told Angela Yee lied, now, you know, I can't tell you about what Cardi B's lied about, what she has, and she hasn't lied to me. So I don't really know. I can't tell you what she lied about, what she isn't lying about. That's not for me to judge, like I said. But if she did do that, that's not right. All right? So now, let's see here. Cardi B accuses blogger Armon Wiggins of obsession and heated X Spaces rant. So now, let's go into this very quickly. And then you guys can chime in and tell me what you think. She said she called Angela. Okay. Called Angela Yee. Well, what I'm saying is, if what she told Angela Yee, if she told her lies, that's not cool. All right? That's not cool. If she told Angela Yee lies, that is not cool. All right? So, I want to go into what she said last night, but I kind of want to get the whole thing. I might tap in to Coffee City. Coffee City usually be covering all of them. Because I want to get through this quickly, and I don't feel like looking all through Twitter to find this piece and that piece. So I'm probably just going to go over to Coffee City. I'm sure she's already put a video out where she covers the entire thing, right? And we're going to do it that way. Now, I did hear, what she was saying to Armon Wiggins, and Diddy trial judge violates rule, whatever. All right, so we also have to talk about DJ Academics now. I guess he's taking Nicki Minaj's word as wisdom, and she don't like him either. But he's just trying to use Nicki to get back at Rock Nation because Rock Nation depoted his ass, and he is offended by it. Right? So I'm not going to play the entire thing because both of them were much too long. Because Armon Wiggins then responded very emotional. And yesterday was not a good day for Mr. Wiggins, or as I call him, Wigworm. I call him Armon Wigworm. But yesterday was not a good day for Armon Wigworm. All right? It was not a good day. Because Tasha K lit him up. Then later on, he got lit up by Cardi B. And you could just tell this dude was ready to just break out crying. He may have even started crying. I'm not sure. All right? But there go my girl, old fine-ass Milagro. We're going to get into her, too. And she spoke on Tasha K. As you know, her and Tasha K ain't cool, but she loves Nicki Minaj, and now Tasha K is rolling with Nicki Minaj. So we're going to get into this a little bit. Hold on a minute. We're going to get into it a little bit. And then we're going to get into Nicki and old girl Keisha Ka'ior and the Breakfast Club. And we already know that Laura Lorenz or Lauren LaRosa was watching Nicki's spaces because she let it be known that she was watching her spaces. So Cardi B came on spaces or live or wherever it was, and she dragged Armon Wiggins. This was already after Armon had been dragged for filth. Right? Had been dragged for filth by Tasha K. Not a good day for Wigworm yesterday. Armon Wigworm, not a good day. Because he was dragged by Tasha K, then he was dragged by Cardi B, and he just sounded like he was just over it. Like he wanted to jump off a building. All right? So let's pick up some of what Cardi B said. We're not going into all of it. We'll pick up what some of Armon said. And y'all can let me know down in the comments whether you feel bad for him or not. I don't feel bad for Armon Wigworm at all. I love when Nicki drags him. I just love when people drag Armon. But anyway. So hold on. Here we go. Now, No, he's not irrelevant. I mean, listen. No, 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 Cardi. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We can't sit here and say one thing. We can't sit here and say after you've been pretty much canoodling with this dude for years. We can't now come on and say, I know the clout I'm going to give you, this and the other, because when I told you that you need to dump this dude, you didn't listen to me. So you can't come on here and say, oh, he's irrelevant. No, he's not irrelevant. Not irrelevant. If Nicki Minaj responds to him and you respond to him, so that, let's not give him, discredit him that much and say he's irrelevant, because his voice is obviously reaches out and people hear his voice. Can everybody hear me okay, or no? Y'all let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Okay. So again, listen. We're not going to do he's irrelevant and I'm going to give him too much clout. That's already out the window. All right?
Clear. I want to make this very clear. If you ever feel like you're taking jabs at me, if you ever feel like you're taking jabs at me, if you ever motherfucking feel like you talking about me and I'm not replying back, or I'm taking the high road or blah, 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 don't ever think it's because you're bullying me or picking on me. It's because and I'm not even gonna say the word irrelevant. It's just that I just don't really want to waste my time going back and forth with you, because it's like, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it me going back and forth with you? Is it? I know the clout I'm gonna give you. I know that you want the attention, because you know one thing I noticed, everybody that fucking want attention from me has mommy issues. But don't ever think that you talking out your fucking 52 teeth and I'm letting you talk it is because I'm scared of you, or is it because I'm scared of a.
Now, I don't think anybody ever thought for 1 minute that you're scared of Armon Wiggins. But I think what Cardi B is referring to is that a lot of people say, oh, she doesn't say stuff to Armon because he's got tea on her. So a lot of people say that a block, and me, I have an issue with that altogether. There should never be a time when you are a multi-millionaire celebrity and there is a blogger or a YouTuber that has tea on you. And you should never be that accessible. My goodness, whatever happened to the days where nobody knew nothing about the celebrities? Whatever happened to those days? I wish we'd go back to them, where the only thing we knew about the celebrity was what song they were going to put out, when they were going to be in a certain city. We didn't know what their home looked like. We didn't know what the inside outside. We didn't know what kind of cars they had. We didn't know what their house looked like. Those were the best times. I don't need to know all this other stuff about celebrities. So for everybody to even think that, oh, she's being nice to him because he has tea on her, what in the hell is a YouTuber or a blogger doing with tea on a celebrity? That's wild to me.
Reply to you, or is it because I can't read you? Because you motherfuckers is so easy to fucking read. read y'all Dr. Seuss book to me. That's how easy it will be for me to read your ass. But the reason why I shut the up because it's like, you know, a bitch like me, I be having like little problems every single day. I have so many do with my business, with my life, with the things that I want to do. So sometimes I be like, is it worth me replying to this? But it's like I'm tired, mother playing with me. I'm tired, of motherfuckers using my name, and at the end of the fucking day, you need to get on your fucking knees and thank me as I commend you to.
Whoa.
Because you motherfuckers is eating off YouTube checks because of the brim, not because nobody else. Talk about a whole.
Well, I have to disagree with that because if he talks about Nicki Minaj all day, he will eat. Because the Barbs will run over there. You know, they just love for Nicki to have friends. If he sits and talks about Nicki Minaj all day, trust me, he will still eat. Now, probably not anyone else. Probably Nicki Minaj is probably the only other person. But if he stopped talking about Cardi B and talked about Nicki for a week, he would still eat. But I don't know about anybody else. Outside of Nicki Minaj, probably not anyone else. Might be right about that, but he could stop talking about the brim for a week if he was talking about Nicki Minaj, and he would still eat. Especially if he's talking good about Nicki Minaj. If he's talking good about Nicki Minaj, then they all gonna come to each other. You're gonna get Ashley Tragedies fans coming over there. You're gonna get July with the shade or whatever the hell that dude's name is. I guess it's a dude. You're gonna get all those people coming over there. So I disagree with that point. I know what she's trying to say. Yes, he wouldn't get as many clicks, but if he's filling your slot with Nicki Minaj stuff, he'll still get clicks.
Whole month, and let's see if you're gonna eat. You ain't fucking eating. You're not gonna fucking eat. So you need to fucking shut the fuck up and get on your fucking knees, fucking thank me. Because that's the only reason why you fucking eating. Don't ever think you could bully me. Don't ever feel like you fucking picking on me. Don't ever feel like you could play in my fucking face. Cause I could really read for real. You would look at yourself in the fucking mirror and fucking want to commit suicide the way I read your ass. Stop playing with me. When I don't reply, it's not because I'm pussy. It's not because I'm grown. It's not because anything. It's because what do I gain? But stop playing with me. Let me tell you something. Before beefing with bitches, before I was even rapping, I had my own shit. I have my own shit. People fell in love with me. If I was beefing with bitches, I had 2 number 1s and 3 top 5s.
All right, now that's a fact. So, like I said, I'm gonna keep it. I keep it straight down the middle. The comment about that Armon Wiggins made, and this seemed to trigger her. You know us, we keep it real over here. The comment that he made about, when Keisha Ka'ior played Cardi's thing in the background, and then he came and said, oh, do people really like Cardi B's music, or only playing to get back at Nicki Minaj? Well, first and foremost, Keisha Ka'ior has been playing Cardi B's music. You can go back and find pictures of them hanging out. You can find her shouting Cardi B out years ago. So for him to see Keisha Ka'ior and didn't say it after that, I can see why that would trigger Cardi B, because it seems like you're just saying stuff when it's very easy to research. See, that's the issue. A lot of these people are just too lazy to Google or research, or they don't really want to know the truth. All right? Now, I'm not going to get into her saying you don't look good and stuff like that. I could care less about that. Now, she basically said he tried to bully her. I guess she called Angela Yee and told her to take him off the air because he's called her ugly. He's talked about her kids. Unless somebody can put that in the chat, I don't think I've ever heard him talk about her kids. And as far as calling her ugly, she might be taking what Nicki Minaj is saying, and he a lot of times repeats it and says, "You're still ugly." Everybody believes Nicki Minaj is talking about Cardi B when she says that in that song, and then he repeats that a lot. But I don't think I've never seen him speak on her kids. So I can't co-sign that. And other than him saying, repeating what Nicki Minaj said, I don't remember him calling her ugly. But y'all can let me know whether he did or not. I don't think he did. I haven't heard it anyway. All right.
So let's get that together. If you're gonna tweet something, if you're gonna talk shit, do your fucking research. And see how long people have been supporting me for. Stop playing with me.
That's a fact.
This is why God be fucking dragging you to fucking hell. God gave you an opportunity in the beginning of the year to fucking manifest it. He took that from your fucking hands. It was
so I believe she's talking there about the Diddy situation. When Armon Wiggins was on top of everybody as far as coverage goes, with the Diddy trial, he has started getting, he had 35,000 people in his live when he was doing the Diddy recap. Moil, we would say, Moil, Diddy. So when he was doing that, he was getting, one time I went into his recap. I know I used to go there for his recap. One time in his recap, there was like 35,000 people in his live. He was getting more people in his live than mainstream media. And what she means by his opportunity was taken, I believe, is with that whole baby oil situation. And that's when everybody started turning it back on him. So I believe that's what she's talking about as far as God gave you an opportunity, but and took it away from you. Now, that pretty much continues, pretty much that. She got in some real profane language that I'm not going to replay that. But Armon Wiggins clapped back or responded back, and he was very upset, right? He was very upset. Hold on. And he said that, Cardi B
still using traditional headphones after a full day at the office.
Cardi B called over to Angela Yee and tried to get him taken off the air.
Beef. And people are using you and they're using Nicki Minaj against one another. We're having these conversations. But you're trying to make it seem like, I didn't know that tweet was going to go fucking viral.
Armon, you knew it was going to go viral, but I don't.
But you keep threatening me, keep trying to attack me because you don't want me to have an opinion that goes on the opposite end of what you're saying. Who's bullying you? I don't get up every day and talk about your fucking kid. I talk about music and the state of musicality and the things that she's put out on the internet in regards to this beef.
Now, Armon, I'm going to push back there. right? You don't just talk about music, sir. Don't do that. You don't just talk about music. You try to instigate the beef. You've always came out of your mouth and said you like when the women beef. You don't just talk about music, sir. All right? Said no, his book deal was taken. Okay. Well, Diana, thank you for that. See, I didn't even know that. What's up, Joanna? Thank you. Coming from England. And another book deal. Okay, so I was wrong about the Diddy situation. I thought you were talking about that, but his book deal was taken. Okay, so there's a situation that was taken from him. But Armon, you don't just talk about music, sir. You talk about drama. You talk about gossip. You don't just talk about music when it comes to Cardi B. You came on and told that blatant lie because I had somebody that was at the award show. I mean, at the Met Gala. You came on and told that blatant lie that went viral. Shaking and nervous. What did he say? Nervous. Something in nervous. Remember, he coined that phrase, and then it went viral. And everybody started saying something and quaking and nervous, or something he was saying. Shook and nervous. Thank you. Spooked and nervous. Said that Nicki Minaj was spooked and nervous. And I said, my girl went to the Met Gala. Let me call and ask her, did she see that? And she was like, and they walked right past each other, didn't say shit. So that spooked and nervous BS was BS. So you don't just talk about music, sir. You instigate, and you've already admitted that you like seeing the women fight. And you've bounced back and forth from Cardi to Nicki, and it is you're just dessert that both of them cussed your ass out. And now Tasha K cussed you out. You're not down with Milagro anymore. I think all the boys that used to talk to you don't talk to you. You fell out with Jason Lee. So there is an issue here. There is an issue here, and the issue, sir, seems to be you. The issue seems to be you. Right? But as Crystal Nicole says, I digress.
So that's the I be talking about. Hello?
Yes.
And
Do you think
and here's a big mistake. You let fans come on, and instead of you doing your own research, you let fans come and tell you what's going on. The fans are biased. So they're going to come and tell you what they want to tell you. And half the time, they're not even telling you the truth. Go find out what she said instead of trying to play the, oh, I didn't listen. I didn't even listen. I didn't even bother to listen. Well, then don't ask what she said. I didn't even bother to listen, so I just want to find out what did she say so I'll know what to respond to. Nah, Negro, go find out what she said before you respond. So that way you can't be saying, you can't be saying something she didn't say. Go listen for yourself and then respond.
possible, or do you find anything like do you think you would have a conversation with her and hash that out? Not saying that you need to be friends with her or nothing like that, but just have a conversation.
I literally
see, and here's the problem. Here's the problem with me, with the industry. I came up in the industry now. We did not get to have conversations with celebrities unless it was an interview. I interviewed LL Cool J multiple times. He follows me on Twitter because of that. You think I would be calling LL up? Yo, LL, what's up, man? Yo, what's going on? How's the family? No. You didn't get that sort of access. And that is the problem with today. Too accessible. Thank you. Thank you, King Kai. Too accessible. Oh, you think y'all will have a conversation? What? They shouldn't be having no conversation. And because these new celebrities, or I call them microwave millionaires, because they're microwave millionaires, they don't know how to be celebrities. And they want to try to still be in touch with the streamers and this one and that one. You even see celebrities dating streamers now. Now, because for the clout, you got celebrities trying to give streamers some ass. It's like, what? Because for the clout, of the way this clout is set up, you got celebrities trying to date streamers. It's nuts. It's nuts when you can get people like Aiden Ross and this dude Neon or whatever his name is, and Kai Sanat, and then what's the guy's name that all the women so-called like Dirk Diggler or Dex Dixon or whatever the heck that dude with the braids name is. Crazy.
I literally thought we had a conversation when we were making peace, and I was recorded and it was sent to Ken Barbie in the efforts to say that I was begging to be her friend.
No, I get that. Like, I completely agree. And
I mean, because I'm just trying to figure out what does this conversation look like. Take accountability for that, girl, and apologize for that, and girl, and leave me alone and let me just have my opinions on it. But girl, you can't keep sitting up here acting like you're the big bad bully. You're sending all these people against me. You're calling motherfuckers to get me kicked off the air, bitch. I'm not even able to say nothing. You're trying to stop my fucking bags, but I'm bullying you. Because I'm not saying what you want me to say. Trying to get me kicked off of the air. Calling the radio station, trying to get me kicked off of air mid-show. But I'm the bully. Lying on me. Literally fucking lying on me. Saying I called her ugly, saying I called her a bitch, saying I talked about her kids, to try to get me kicked off of air. Is she saying that on it? Is she saying that? That's that bull, bro.
I'm gonna send you whatever I recorded.
Girl, shut up.
I don't
Whoever
care
you are,
and
I hope you're not in here watching. Shut up. Stop trying to instigate. I'm gonna send you. They always want to make this part like they're a part of the beef. Get out of here, girl. Sit down, shut up, watch the show. Stop trying to be involved. I'm going to send you what I have, everything that she said. Trying to get yourself involved any way possible. Shut up. Just watch the show. Too many cooks in the kitchen. So, listen. Anyway, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button, please. Make sure everyone that's in here has hit the like button. Let's see what else, man. The main topic, I'm on Flip Flop. He befriended Tasha K just to spite Cardi. No, I get it. I get all that, K. Rogers, and I warned Cardi B about him years ago, but she didn't listen. Right? So I can't really do anything for her. You know, I still fucks with Cardi B. You know, I still fucks with Cardi B because she's done things, you know, to help G. And you know, she did shit for my daughter that nobody asked her to do, right? That she could have charged me for. I offered to pay her for it, but she was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna charge you for something for your daughter." But at the same time, if I tell you something or if I bring something to your attention, you should at least entertain it because my track record speaks for itself. I don't usually open my mouth if I don't know what I'm talking about. Right? I was saying for years that no matter what Barty Gang was telling me, I was telling them 2 years ago that she lost popularity. I was telling her that 2 years ago. And they all came for me. They all tried to tell Cardi, don't mess with me because I talk negative about it. I was just saying the obvious. Her popularity ain't the same as it was when she first came out. That's just obvious. It's not talking down on her. It's just telling the truth. And if you couldn't see that, you could see someone's popularity from their lives. Right? You could see their popularity from their lives. There was a time when Cardi B would go live, she'd have 125,000 people in the room. Nicki Minaj's lives have went down as well. But, you know, Cardi B had 125,000 in the room at one point. One time she went live, she had like under 20,000. I was like, damn, Krishan Rock had more people in her live. So, I mean, I wasn't trying to down talk her, I was just telling the truth. You can tell when someone goes live, you can tell how popular they are by how many people's in that live. And you can tell whether they've lost some sort of popularity. Because even if it's late at night or something, if it's late at night, I get it. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're definitely going to have less audience. But if you go on live 9 p.m., 10 p.m. when people are still up and you only have a fraction, you know what I mean? You only have a fraction of the audience, then there's something wrong. Whose side are you on? Put a 1 in the chat if you're on Armon's side. Put a 2 in the chat if you're on Cardi's side. Put a 3 in the chat if you ain't on neither one of the side. So if you think Cardi's right, put a 1. If you think wait, did I say Armon first or Cardi first? Okay, who did I say first? Y'all said 2. So all y'all are Armon, right? Did I say Armon for 2 or Cardi for 1? Somebody help me out. Cardi 2. Okay. So if you believe Armon is right, put 1 in the chat. If you believe Cardi's right, put a 2 in the chat. If you think you're not on either one of their side, you put a 3. Everybody seems to be on Cardi's side. But I tell you, Armon Wiggins, you lost a lot of popularity, sir. Dorian says, I don't give a Tree says, I ain't on either one of these sides. Project says Cardi. Casual says Cardi. K. Rogers says Cardi. Crystal says either one of them on others. I think it's all very stupid. Like you said, celebrities should not be entertaining this, but we all know this, who she is. Armon has definitely been looking for a response for a while. That is true. I understand both, but Cardi, my girl. 12 Gossip, what up? 2, Armon is a hater. Let's see. I want to see the responses. I'm not moving on to the next subject till I see the responses. I'm asking y'all for your input. If you have not given your input and you have not hit the like button, please do so now. There's 93 people in here. I didn't see 93 responses. Nettie says Cardi. Let's get these responses, man. Hit the like button. And I want to hear y'all's responses, man. Armon antagonizes Cardi on YouTube and X is fine. It's about time. Marcel says both of them can kick rocks. Armon has definitely been hating, says Alicia. B says it seems Armon's feelings were hurt and went extra. Armon has definitely been hating. Oh, B, you retracted your message. Carl says Cardi. Armon went from saying Cardi could rap and now he says she can't rap. I do remember that. Diana says, 2, been watching this play out since the beginning, even when you DM'd her. Yep. Diana remembers. You took the words right out of my mouth, says Winky Show something. Most people seem to agree with Cardi B. Armon, not a lot of support. But I look at it from both. I can look at it from both ways. But if Cardi B had listened to me from the beginning and never even got involved with Armon and kept him at a distance as a regular reporter, right? Or is she going and she hanging out with Nancy Grace? You know what I'm saying? Is she hanging out with TMZ? You have to treat bloggers because the bloggers nowadays think that they're reporters. But they're really just gossip columnists. Right? Really just gossip columnists. So you got to keep them at a certain distance. You know? You got to keep them at a certain distance. It's not like when I was in the industry where it's like you got to talk to the celebrities if you interviewed them. If you see them at a party, you know, like me with Holly Berry, that's something totally different because, number one, I was in the actual Oscar party and she just happened to be in there. And we started talking about something and laughing. Next thing you know, a song came on and she was like, you want to dance? I was like, And so then she just sat there kind of like table dance with me or whatever. Even sat on my lap for about 10 seconds. You know I got that picture. And she was like, oh, it's nice to meet you. And I've never seen Holly Berry again since after that day. Right? I didn't call her, DM her, get her text message, like text her. Like, real celebrities don't hold relationships with people in the paper. When Imaginary Players came out, and when Imaginary Players came out, Armon came out hating. Then when Am I the Drama came out, he started saying, why she keep talking about Pretty? Then goes on to say she's not that and she can't rap. So he did say she's not pretty. Or when you think of Cardi, okay, I did hear that. He said, when you think of Cardi B, you don't think of pretty. Now, that's not the same as calling her ugly. Right? That's not the same as calling her ugly, but I can see why she went there. I get it. But that's really not the same as calling her ugly. Now, as far as, he used to, I remember he used to always say she could rap. Cardi B could rap. Oh, she's the queen. She's dominating, this, that, and the other. Now he's saying she can't rap. I get it. But that's the part of a flip-flopper, right? The part of a flip-flopper. But to his defense, and Lord knows I don't like to defend him, if he's giving commentary on female rap, he is entitled to say she can't rap. Even if he's doing it on purpose and he really doesn't believe that, he's entitled to say that. And she shouldn't try to get him kicked off the air because he said she can't rap. That's his opinion. Even though we know why he's doing it. But even though we know why he's doing it, you really can't stop him from saying she can't rap. Oh, I know. Let me tell you something, Elite. There will be no Milagro Grand slander in my chat. I'll just mess with you, Elite. Hold on. Don't you be talking about my Millie now. Hold on. You can't go free on calling her the new queen to say she can't rap. That's picking. Yeah, I get it. I definitely agree with that. She's the queen of rap. Cardi B's the queen. Nobody's trying to stop him for saying that he's been saying nasty stuff about Cardi. Now, Portia, that is something totally different. If the nasty stuff or what have you, I get it. Trust me, I totally get it. Remember, I was one of the first people warning her about him when she invited him to that party. The day she invited him to that party, I said, "What you doing? Why would you invite that guy to your birthday party?" And I forgot what she said to me. She was like, "Oh, it wasn't a big deal," or something like that. I don't remember, so long ago, but I would have to look back in our archives and see what her response was to me. But the moment she invited me to that party, I was like, "Oh no." He flips when he doesn't get something for being on your side. He'll flip on Nicki soon too for giving Tasha K credit. It's already happening. Yeah, and then last night he's Nicki's such a key. Oh, this woman, she's my everything. So he's back trying to get a response back from Nicki, but he's not going to do it because Tasha K don't like Armon. Now, it's going to be interesting, what Nicki says about academics. Well, Tasha K don't like academics either. All right. So that's that. Cardi should have never got involved with the dude. Now she had to curse him out. Now he's feeling like, I think he said something about he could sue her or something like that. I sue you for defamation. Like, one thing that Cardi did was, man, ever since Cardi won that lawsuit, boy, everybody think that it's so easy. Just gonna sue. Now they want to sue for everything. I heard people saying, Nicki should sue me. For what? They just think now it says, if you give an opinion that they don't like, sue. Girl. So Cardi B won that lawsuit. Everybody starts thinking that it's normal. Right? Everybody starts thinking it's normal now that you can just sue and win. Just because Cardi beat Sue and Tasha K. And she just barely won that. The only reason that she even won that lawsuit is because Tasha K refused to take the stuff down. If that lawsuit would have came up and Tasha K would have said, you know what? Okay, I was wrong. I'm going to remove it right now. She probably wouldn't have won the lawsuit. All right, so let's get into the Breakfast Club. Child. Shout out to all the ladies in the chat. Shout out to my moderators. Shout out to the fellas. All the fellas I have in my chat. Always had a great male audience. You know, I have a little more female, but at least it's close. Like, that's one thing I've always been proud of. Like, my audience is balanced. I think it's like 55% women and 45% males. At one point, it was almost 50-50. So I like that. I like the fact that I have a balanced audience and it's not so much more one than the other. I got a lot of dudes that fuck with me. He'll old girl to sue Cardi. Who? Nicki? All right. Here we go. Donkey of the Day. Uber Eats. Chauncey Billups. So, they spoke today about Nicki Minaj, right? And Keisha Ka'ior. So it said, Nicki Minaj is on rant number 2, claiming Keisha Ka'ior just wanted to be in the limelight during our interview. So what they're trying to say is, right, that Nicki Minaj does not believe that Gucci has schizophrenia, or they do not believe, Nicki Minaj does not believe that Keisha Ka'ior is there for his best interest. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm not going to go and join the narrative of everyone else saying, oh, she thinks Gucci don't got schizophrenia. I don't think she said that. I don't think Nicki Minaj said that. What I believe is, I think when she says this, she means that she does not believe that Keisha Ka'ior is there for Gucci's best interest. She feels though she's there for her best interest. She's trying to be a star. But one thing is very funny about this clip. I heard a little bit of it. I'm going to let Nicki.
Why would you have had to decide if you were still going to do a show because you got bit by a bee? You see how you just
I can't deal with all this
that the show was to talk to you. You see how you just revealed that it was not about Gucci Mane. You silly.
I have no idea why we entertaining this. Like, what? I
don't even know what she's talking about.
Just I have no idea.
Nikki would be amazing on Broadway, but
first of all, let me tell you something. Stop trying to deflect. Envy. Listen, y'all dudes is so scared of Nikki. Y'all are so scared. I don't know whether it's the Barbs. Y'all Negroes is so scared. Oh, Nicki will be amazing on Broadway. Nigga, you know ain't nobody trying to talk about that right now. Let's get to the tea. Oh, she'd be amazing on Broadway. Shut up. Trying to deflect and have people not say, oh, she'd be amazing on Broadway. What about what she's talking about, fool? Charlamagne's over it. You can already tell. He's tired of Nicki calling him Charlamagne the Bleach, tired of the memes or whatever. So Charlamagne don't even want to talk about her. Charlamagne don't want to talk about it. But Lauren Lorenzo, she's another one. So the funny thing is, Jess and Charlamagne don't care. They are not afraid of Nicki. They're not, they don't care about what the Barbs say. You heard what Jess said the other day, and I'll drag them again. I'll drag their ass again. Right? Charlamagne's over it. But Envy and Lauren, they try to be like politically correct to make it seem like they're not just blowing Nicki off. And Lauren Lorenzo, like the Barbs, not attacked her, but like pressed her when she was out. They didn't get in her face. They were just talking from a distance. So she feels as though she doesn't like being called biased towards the Barbs. So she wants to want to make it seem as though she's giving Nicki a fair shake or whatever. Right? But let's get back to it, man.
Yeah. First of all, we didn't even know Keisha
Ka'ior. A cartoon.
Yeah, what? Amazing.
Yeah.
We didn't even know Keisha Ka'ior was coming until she actually got into the room.
This, bro.
Yeah.
Bless Nicki's heart. We sending Nicki healing energy.
I just want to put the facts out there because people believe things if they don't hear the facts.
Absolutely.
And the facts is we did not know Keisha Ka'ior was here. She pulled up with Gucci. And
listen, when is she not with her husband? When is she not with her husband? It ain't even that. Like, she with him everywhere.
Did y'all read the book episodes?
Yes, I'm reading the book now. I'm on chapter 6.
The book is absolutely about Gucci and his manic episodes, and it's about the person who is the closest to him, Keisha Ka'ior, who also had to live through those episodes with him.
Taking care of him.
Man. What are we talking about?
Yeah. Well, yes. And
That,
I don't even understand how she's making this about her. But God bless her heart. We send in Nicki Minaj healing energy.
But even outside of her being a big part of the book because she's her husband's saving grace, she always with him.
Yeah, it's
so
her husband.
It's hard to not see Keisha Ka'ior when you see Gucci Man. Like,
and I'm glad Keisha was in the interview because
Exactly.
nobody ever talks to the individuals who have to deal with the people who have mental illness.
Yeah, and not only that, she was able to break it down, what she happened, what she saw. She was able to help people who are dealing with family members who have mental illness and the signs to see. I thought that was dope and amazing.
Crazy.
So,
and we always see Kenneth with Nicki all the time. He'll be saying them. He always, sitting off to the side. But we always see them
Hear that
together.
shade?
It's like, what's the problem?
Well, Nicki talked about for a second.
What's the problem that she was with her husband? I don't get it.
Well, yeah, so Nicki did mention her husband on the spaces. She also talked a bit about, she says that the reason why Keisha Ka'ior was in the interview and made it a priority being in the interview is not because of any of the reasons.
Yo, Just Hilarious thinks she's slick. I hear that shade. He's sitting over, he don't say nothing, but he's sitting off to the side. Trying to say. I caught it though.
You guys just said, but because Keisha Ka'ior is a narcissist, and the X Spaces actually got interrupted by her son. Let's take a listen to number 2.
Let me take this. Let me just say this. We love Nicki. She's very entertaining. Love Nicki. She's very entertaining. But for Nicki Minaj calling someone else a narcissist is like Flavor Flav calling somebody ugly. Let's just keep it a freaking bean. Nicki, you're one of the most narcissistic people that in the industry. And for you to call Keisha Ka'ior a narcissist, that's funny. I just thought that was very funny. That's like Flavor Flav saying, you want ugly MF.
Is so insecure at her face, simply being her face. You see, not everyone ages like the generous queen, because my light inside, my grace, my peace.
No. We're not going to do that, Nick. You age gracefully for simply one reason. Not simply one reason. But mainly because you got good genes. And your mother got good genes. All right? I know some POSs that are in their 70s and they've been a POS all their life and they don't look like they in their 70s. And it ain't got nothing to do with their peace, they're nice, they're generous, it ain't got nothing to do with that. Stop acting like because you live this. This is the one thing about Nicki that bothers me. Stop acting like you're so above these other celebrities, sis. You do the same shit they do. You've been accused in your career of selling your soul. You've been accused in your career of being in the Illuminati. Just like they accuse the other ones. So let's not act like, oh, I age like this because I'm humility and I'm generous and my peace. That has nothing to do with it. Has nothing to do with it. You got good genes. You might have good, you might eat right. Who knows? It may be what you put on your skin. You might be eating right. Who knows? Well, there's some people, most of the time, the way you age is just, number one, you haven't touched your face much, if at all. You may have got lips done. You may have got nose. Who knows? But you haven't touched your face much, if you've touched it at all. So that helps. Being black also helps because black don't crack. And then just good genes. It ain't got nothing to do with what type of person you are and whether you've been good to be. I mean, because Nicki, you have not been a perfect human being. Let's not act like you haven't hurt some people yourself. But let's go.
My love my paradox, my conundrum, my
your love. You're on the internet every day insulting and showing hate towards Jay-Z, SZA, Megan, Top Dog, Bleak, Cardi, Lotto, Desiree Perez. What love? What love? You show more hate to more people than you show love, at least in public. So again, this is the type of stuff I don't like. BS, right? I don't like the whole Jesus is watching me and this, and I'm gonna give it over to when you're a child of God. Well, children of God don't sing hop up on the dick and take the I hop on dick and I'm ready and stuff like that. Children of God don't do that type of music. So let's just end that. None of y'all are children of God. If you're talking about I take that dick and I'm ready. No, children of God don't make music like that. So none of y'all are children of God. Let's start there. Children of God don't use their body don't exploit their body. Let's start there. So no, stop, don't bring God into it and because I'm so much a better person than this person, that's the reason why they're aging and the reason why I'm not. That's not true. That's not true. Just basically, you haven't touched your face. She has. Or I don't know whether she has or not. She says she hasn't. But whether you age or not has absolutely nothing to do with the type of person you are. Because there's some good people out there and they look a wreck. And they've been a good person as long as I've known them. Where is your receipts and proof? So what child? Please, she shouldn't speak on things she doesn't know. All right. Anyway, let's go back to Nick.
My truth, my generosity, my humility, my restraint when I have the power to do so much damage and choose not to. Now, I'm no psychology major. I don't know much about much. But boy, do narcissists sure have a way of pushing themselves to the front by any means necessary. They will step on you.
Nicki, what are you talking about?
It ends today. You do not honor Gucci.
Come on, Papa. Wait a baby.
So when
isn't that the pot calling the blueprint pink?
Mm-hmm.
Like what
Thank
you mean?
you.
She's making this about her.
Okay.
Listen, someone needs to read that Gucci Man book episodes and learn something from it, okay? And intervene in this life that Nicki Minaj is living.
Yo,
because this is ridiculous.
Side note, Nicki would kill voiceovers.
What?
Now, I'm not even joking. Like, could you, like, I closed my eyes and I was listening to the Scary Movie and just...
Oh, my God. You know, I'm not even entertaining Envy. He has me blocked anyway, so I don't waste time on Envy. Envy has me blocked. Again, man, I'm still handling the Nicki situation the way I've always handled it. I'm not believing anyone until I see some proof. All right? I'm leaving everybody innocent until proven guilty until I see some proof. All right? Unless you have a public track record like Diddy had. So like how everyone says, I didn't believe Cassie at first, but once I saw the video, then I believed her. No, that means you haven't been around the game long enough. Anybody that has been in the game long enough and knew Puff, they didn't need the video. I didn't need the Cassie video to know that Puff put hands on Cassie before. Like I said, if you was out in them circles, if you was out at them parties or whatever, you saw it with your own eyes. Puff has put hands on Cassie in public. So I didn't need the video. Everybody, once I saw the video, I didn't need the video. That was his reputation. But for everybody else, if this person's doing that, this person's doing that, just show the proof. Show the proof. People get so offended when I'm online and I ask for proof. People get offended. Why are you getting offended? Because I'm asking for proof. Where's the evidence? And people get offended because they don't have it. But it shouldn't matter to you. According to them, it shouldn't matter whether they got proof or not. You should just believe them anyway. But why should I believe you and not believe the other person? I don't know neither one of you. So why should I believe this person and not believe Jay-Z? Or vice versa? Why should I believe what Jay-Z said but don't believe what the other person says? Right? Until they show some sort of proof. Now, would it have worked? Remember when Jay-Z got accused of sleeping with the 13-year-old or whatever? And then they came out and denied it. And then Alex Spiro came with a pinpoint presentation for almost 2 hours and showed how Jay-Z could possibly not be guilty and showed receipts. Well, there you go. If Jay-Z never would have did that, right? If there was never any proof on the internet, if there was no pictures of Jay-Z that night out and about, and somebody came and made those accusations, and then we looked on the internet and be like, whoa, wow, there's no pictures of Jay-Z anywhere. And then you Googled that house and be like, oh, snap. Puffy did have a house in Jersey during this time. And there was no proof to prove that Jay-Z was not at that place at that time. There would be no reason to believe him right away. But he came with proof, and there would be no possible way that he could have committed the crime that that girl said. And that's why they threw it out. Then all the alibis she's having wasn't adding up. People wasn't there that she said was there. You tell I was a made-up lie. But if it wasn't, if those things wasn't in place, everybody would have been like, oh, we don't believe him. We believe the girl. Because he's hanging with Diddy, and Diddy got a reputation. Right? So, you can't come out here, make allegations about people. That's just like I said. I could come on here and be like, listen, I could come in here, right, and tell everybody in this chat, Diana Nicole owe me some pussy. Diana Nicole said on Friday when she see me, we fucking. That's what she told me. She told you that in your DMs? No, she told me that on the phone. Right? She told me that on the phone. How am I going to prove that Diana Nicole said you can have some pussy on Friday? Anybody can come here and say anything. Anybody can come here and say anything. But if I ain't got no receipts, if I ain't got no audio of Diana Nicole saying you can have some pussy on Friday, Heaven, then how am I going to prove she said it? And what I see people of today wanting, they want you to believe the person as long as it's the person that they like. If it's a person that they like, they don't have to present receipts. Right? They don't have to present receipts. But if it's somebody they don't like, they got to present receipts. Right. The industry is messed up. We get that. But that doesn't mean that every single rumor is true. That don't mean that every single bad rumor is true. It don't mean that it's not true. But you have to prove it. That's the whole thing. All I ask for is proof. Because not every single person in the industry is evil. I'm not saying that not every single person is that. That's impossible for it to be 100% of anything. The only thing that's 100% in this lifetime is you gonna die. That's the only thing that's 100%. I can't even say, oh, you gonna pay taxes and die. Because I've known some people who's gotten away with not paying taxes their whole life and they've never been caught. It's really just luck of the draw. They could have not paid taxes for 18 years, and then when the IRS caught up to them, they was already out the country. So I can't even say, oh yeah, death and taxes. No. Just death. Paying taxes are not 100%. Yeah, paying taxes on goods, that is true, but what about if it's a tax-free state? So paying taxes is not guaranteed. And then, like I said, there's some people who've never paid tax in their life. They've never had to pay the IRS because by the time the IRS caught up to them, they were already out the country. So they got away with it. But death is the only guarantee in life. So that means all of the industry is not evil. It's like a few years ago with baseball with the steroid thing. Everybody was doing it. No, everybody wasn't doing it. Not 100% of people were doing it. A lot of people were doing it. The majority of the people were doing it, but not everybody. Derek Jeter didn't do it. So it can't be everybody. So yes, the industry is messed up. I know. I spent 21 and a half years in it. I know it's messed up. I know there's some messed up people. But I also know that there's some pretty good people in the industry as well. Just got to find them. You just got to find them. Right? And this is the thing that I'm saying. Nita says if he owes her, she needs to handle it in court. Because going in on these internet runs, so she's going to say something that he's going to be able to sue her for if that's not the truth. And if that's not already an issue. And I totally agree. If you do not have proof that this man owes you money, you're setting yourself up for trouble because you're going on the internet and you have a huge fan base and a huge following, and if all of them start saying Jay-Z stole money from Nicki Minaj, and it gets around that Jay-Z's a thief, that he stole money from Nicki Minaj, and he calls you to court or sues you, and you don't have that information, you're going to be in a lot of trouble, my girl. Like I said, if somebody owes me $50, I'm going off. Like, yo, and if you don't give it to me, I'll take your ass to small claims court. The bottom line is you said you was going to give it back. Or you owe me that if I'm working at a store and I get paid and I'm $50 under my payment. Yo, you owe me $50. No, I don't. And you present to them your time card. You work this amount of hours. You should get 50, and they just say, whatever. We'll take care of it. They never take care of it. I'm going to take their ass to small claims court. I don't give a damn. You owe me that money. It's not about how much money you owe me. It's the fact you owe me money. So I know I'm going to flip over $50. No less $100 million. Then she said that Tasha K said that Ra Ali got away with $30 million and she ain't in jail. According to Tasha K, they've been not really talking for over a year. So you knew about her stealing $12 million from you and $30 million, and she ain't in jail. She's still walking around here. And the only thing she has to deal with is you slandering her on the internet. She'll probably be like, cool, I'll take that. I'll take that. If I only got to deal with you slandering me on the internet and I don't got to deal with no jail time, I can handle the barbs for $30 million. You can come at me all you want. I got $30 million from her and I ain't going to jail. Like, I've always said, and I'll continue to say, if anybody owes you money, I don't give a damn if it's Jay-Z, ZJ, Little TJ, whoever. If they owe you money, by all means, take their ass to court and get your money. That goes for Nicki. That goes for anybody. I'm all for it. I'm not here to seeing artists getting money taken from them. But you have to prove this person owes you that money. Coming and yelling on the internet and making memes and AI pictures, that's not going to get you your money. Matter of fact, that's really only going to make Jay-Z even madder. For when, if he really did owe you money and he was going to, later on, he might settle with you. Or he see all that. You really ain't getting nothing now. So I don't know what you helped to accomplish by that. I guess just to make the Barbs laugh at Jay-Z or make 50 Cent join in and whatever. But at the end of the day, Jay-Z is worth $2.8 billion. Beyonce's probably a billionaire. You really think they give a damn about a meme or an AI photo with Jay-Z with pink hair on and everybody laughing? No. You think I would care? Would you care if you'd worth $2.8 billion? Would you care what somebody said about you on the internet? I wouldn't. Unless they had some proof. If you ain't got no proof, you can't do nothing to me. Right? So, as far as this girl does witchcraft, she said that Keisha Ka'ior put a love spell on Gucci Mane, and she's trying to insinuate that it's not because she is taking care of him and watching his episodes. Nicki Minaj kind of insinuated that, it's because of a love spell, right? I'm sure Keisha Ka'ior is not happy with that. So I'm trying to tell people what it is that I'm doing to help him with his schizophrenia. And you're telling people that I put a spell on him. And it's not really that. Right? So that's also the way people do. That's a slippery slope that also could be used as defamation. You're telling people I put a spell on him, and you have absolutely no evidence that really happened. It's going to be really hard to prove somebody put a spell on somebody. You can't really prove that. So I just think Nicki needs people around her that is not afraid to tell her. I thought by now would have been her husband. But if the rumors are true, and I do say if the rumors are true, he wants her crashing out. If not, I don't understand why he has not came out of his room in his slippers and bathrobe and said, "Get your ass off that internet." And come in here and let me drop one off in your drawers. It's 3 a.m. You've been on this internet all goddamn night. Get your ass off that internet and come in here and Papa Bear's up. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be a Gen X guy, a Gen X strong alpha. I ain't seen you make her get off that internet yet. You ain't no alpha. You not no alpha. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. If I was married to Nicki Minaj, you see that ass Nicki Minaj got? If I was married to Nicki Minaj, you think she would be on Twitter at 2 a.m. talking about Chigga Man? Why? Chigga Man. I'd be like, what? Who you in there singing? What nigga name you in there singing? I got your Jigga Man. Get it. You better get your ass in here and let me put you through this wall. Man, please. You think I'm gonna allow Nicki Minaj? You think I'm gonna allow Nicki Minaj? What's up, Reese? To be walking around 2 a.m. in the morning talking about Jigga Man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, y'all, you want to support the show, support the movement, please cash at me at $Heaven Hollywood. Or if you want to do a super chat, there's down below. It's the $sign for the super chat. But you'll really just be paying YouTube because they take half of that. If you want to show support, you can cash at me at $Heaven Hollywood. Shout out to G, man, from Behind the Industry. You know, if you want to donate to her page, like she really needs it. If you want to donate to her instead of me, I'm fine with it. You know, she's going through a lot right now. And I try to do the most I can. I try to promote donating to her. And if you don't have membership with the blog, at least do a membership so she'll at least get a portion of those proceeds because she really needs it right now. And way more than I do. So her Cash App is $, in case you didn't know. Wait, $ICYDK blog, BLOG. So if you can donate to her, that'd be even better. You know, we gotta help her. She's been nothing but a very gracious and give back to a lot of people. Did a lot of consultations on getting your kids into the industry for a price that you wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. You know, doing $10 consultations and $30 consultations where you paying $30 an hour to go sit with somebody and they give you consultation on industry, how to get your kids into it without them, you know, selling their soul, so to speak, how to get into the industry and make money without compromising, you know, what you believe in. She's giving consultations on all that and wasn't really charging nowhere near what she could have been charging. So we can help her out. Once again, $ ICYDK blog, BLOG. All right. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be back later. I might come back later. I do have a video coming up, though. You can check it out on IE Network. All right, y'all. So holler back at your boy. I thank y'all for your time.